Son, you're gonna have to eat your veggies. But why? Well, they're really good for you. But why? Well, because when it grows, it has a lot of good stuff that grows in them. But why? Because that's the way the world was. But why? Listen, that's just the way it works. I don't know why. But why? Look, kid, I don't know. But why? If I hear another why out of you, why? Hey there, how are you? Welcome back. So we start off this week talking about the red heifer. And what's interesting is that this mitzvah of the red heifer is called a chok. What is this chok? The chok is a type of law that God gave to us. It's not easy to understand quickly. Like, for example, eating in the sukkah is to remember our experience in the desert, or having Passover as a remembrance of the story of the Exodus. So there are some mitzvot that we have, though, that don't have an immediate understanding. So why? Why do we have mitzvot in the Torah that seem to have no real clear answer? Like, it's a little bit silly, right? You have a God that gives us a rule book on how to live, instructions for living. That's what the Torah means, instructions for living. So he gives us this rule book, and then he says, okay, but these 5 things, or these 10 things, I'm not going to tell you why to do it. You just got to do it. Like, what's going on? What is that? Is that God? God's like, I just want you to prove to me that you trust me. If God's a perfect God, if God's an all-knowing God, then he doesn't need to do a test to see if you believe, right? He'll know right away because he knows what's in your heart. Maybe it's a test for you. Maybe God's saying, I'm going to give you a bunch of things. If you do them, that you have the appropriate faith. But again, that's silly, because you're basically saying that God's just giving you a hodgepodge series of instructions that have really no meaning to it. It can't be that what God tells us to do, these mitzvot that seemingly don't have a clear answer, that they're totally meaningless and that we're just doing them to prove our faith. So there is a deeper meaning to these mitzvot, but there is an element of surrendering in these mitzvot. Take a person who will only ever do something because he understands 100% why he's doing it. Now, ideally, that's great. Ideally, we want to have people that are only doing things because they're thinking about it. But the moment you say, I cannot open my mind to certain things that are beyond my grasp, so then right away you've closed the door. It's a very, very, very hard thing to do. It's a total nullification of the ego. And when we do that, and we stop always asking why, we open our hearts, we open our minds. When we do this, I think we're better able to catch ourselves when we make a mistake, because we're open to hearing other people's advice. But someone who's trained himself to do things because of the greater relationship that he has, to listen to advice because of the greater relationship that he has, he's in a much better position to grow, to learn, to change, to evolve. And that's it. That's all we're doing here in this world, is becoming better, a little bit better, each and every day. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video if you really liked it. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you back next week. Have an awesome week.